morning. Hang on. Bring that a little closer actually. Sit that just there. Yeah, more close. What's the time? It's 10 past 10. I think someone had the same idea this morning as I'm going to do tomorrow and tonight, which is basically pack everything. I should eat something. I should eat something. I'm actually just going to sit here and read. I'm 8% into Lord of the Rings, and it's only just started. Liam. Oh, go on. Chapter 1. I've been reading this for what feels like days. I need a wee. I'm gonna go head off and do that. I think I've worked it out. It's taken me a couple of days, but I think I've worked it out. I'm thinking that my stomach hurts. I don't want to eat, etc, etc, etc. It's actually more likely the fact that I'm bloody hungry. I mean, I might be wrong, but let's try it. I haven't had breakfast for days. So what I've got is toaster. And I'm going to toast some crumpets. I'm also sweating my mahoonies off at the moment. That won't last because it's not very warm, but there's hints of blue sky out there, so maybe we might get a bit of sun today, which would be nice. But the wind is still blowing. But yeah, I'm going to do myself crumpets and a mug of tea, I think. Yeah, that seems like a sensible idea. Crumpets and a mug of tea. I'll bring you back when I'm eating. So I've just had breakfast. Crumpets, toasted slightly. They weren't toasted enough to melt the butter, which is a bit disappointing. So I've got butter left on my plate, but hey ho. And a cup of tea. And I decided while I was having breakfast, I wasn't going to force you guys to watch me eat, because, well, who wants to watch me eat, let's face it. That I would catch up on some of my YouTube subscriptions that I follow. And I know I've mentioned AB Camping a lot, Tony and the dogs, and I thoroughly enjoy his stuff. They're long videos, 2.5, 3, 4 hour long videos, they're great. But I also love True Blue Travellers. Now they're UK based, which is nice for me, being UK based myself. Actually, I'm probably not that far away from where they're based, and I'm also not that far away from where AB Camping grew up. He grew up in Ipswich, and I'm about half an hour outside of Ipswich at the moment. Anyway, yeah, True Blue Travellers, Jess and John, they started their channel by converting a van in Australia, and then they've had a Europe road trip last summer, and then last winter they did an Antarctic, the northern one, road trip in a converted Sainsbury's delivery van, which was brilliant. So, and they've just come back from 8 weeks in driving down from their home, which I believe is Norfolk Way, down to Morocco, and then back up through Spain and all that sort of stuff. So I love watching their stuff. So yeah, massive shout out to John and Jess. Watching your videos on a Saturday morning is the highlight of my Saturday morning. It's a great way to lazily wake up. So I mentioned briefly that I used to like the ones where there was silence, just no camping whatsoever, just no noise whatsoever, and just camping. And that was Go 4x4, Björg, and Fish 13. Both absolutely silent, no microphones, just the sound of them camping, which is great. And it's really soothing, and especially when you've had a bit of a stressful. But their videos are like 20-30 minutes long. They're not OTT long. But someone else I found through AB Camping is Abel and Victoria. They're in the same sort of area as AB himself, I've watched a couple of their videos again, 20-30 minute long videos, and they're great, seem really good. So there's plenty of people out there that I quite like watching for camping videos. There was somebody else that literally just popped into my head and popped straight back out again. AB Camping, Abel and Victoria, Jess and John at True Blue Travellers. Oh, that was it. Kent Survival. I watched a few of his videos as well. I'm not sure where he's based. If he's based, I know he's UK based, that's for sure. And I think he is based southeast of the UK. I'm just not 100% sure. And his stuff's nice and chill as well. Only ever solo. So single nights, not solo, sorry. He does stuff with other people. But yeah, single night treks. Whereas me, I've decided that yeah, four nights is a good idea. Unless I get really hacked off with this wind, in which case I'm going to pack down this afternoon and I'll drive home early this evening. But I kind of want us to get out tomorrow because there's meant to be some sunshine tomorrow morning, and it'd be nice just to pack down in the dry. Not that anything's wet, everything's nice and dry at the moment, but yeah, I'm going to get most of the stuff packed into the car tonight, like all the kitchen and all that sort of stuff. So that I'm not having to rush tomorrow morning, and I can get out of here as soon as I can. I mean, there's a family that were gone by 10 o'clock this morning, so they must have had the same plan, just to get everything done and gone. My only concern with travelling back tomorrow, of course, at the moment is the traffic. But But we shall see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm gonna just sit here for a little bit. I'm gonna finish watching True Blue Travelers drop this morning. They just bought something new to convert, which looks interesting. And I will bring you guys back if I actually get up to doing anything, or feel up to doing anything. I'm feeling better, I think, this morning than I have done the last couple of mornings. Still not 100%. But, yeah, and say I'm really sorry that this hasn't been quite what I'd planned it to be. I've got to sort out some filming issues. That's why I've done most of it on my phone. There's the odd bit on the GoPro. But it's a little, the field of view is a bit smaller than I was hoping, which is a bit silly really, because I knew what it was like. But it's just been a lot easier just to film stuff on my phone. But yeah, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to finish my cup of tea. I might even make another one. Yeah, I'll catch up with you guys a bit later. I had so many plans of so much things I was going to do while I was here. And I've just spent it dozing and relaxing and reading and watching videos and doom scrolling on Instagram. But you know what? If it's got me away from work for a week, I've barely thought about work. There was a tiny conversation between my manager and my colleague late last night. Not anything I needed to worry about. I already knew basically what the story was, which is that work is offered overtime for specific people, and I'm not one of those specific people. Hey ho. But yeah, anyway, I haven't thought about work. Not really, which is nice. Find out what kind of chaos I get back to on Monday morning with my emails. I know the girls will have kept an eye on them for me. Anyway, yeah, I need to catch up with Jess and John. And I might even go back to the start of their back catalogue. Oops, dropped the phone. Definitely signs that I need to stop filming right now. Alright guys, I'll catch up with you a bit later. Anyway. So one thing I feel like I haven't mentioned, and I probably haven't, and anybody who knows me, Nigel, Paul, you both know who you are, Land Rovers. I know, bit of an out of the blue comment, but here's the thought process. This is the planned process, actually. So I'm looking at purchasing a Land Rover 110. Not to do a full conversion on it into a camper or anything like that, because I don't need that. As you can see, I've got a decent tent, I've got all the equipment that I could need to camp and all that sort of stuff, so I don't need to make the Land Rover a camper. However, my master plan is that by the Land Rover, I'm hoping to get a 2.4 litre Puma engined. I'd love to have got a TD5 because they just sound so much better. They actually sound like a Land Rover driving along. But TD5s they're nearly 20 years old already. If I can get one that's shit hot and perfect, then yeah, I'll get a TD5 and I'll just deal with the fact that I don't have that nice cruising gear, don't have that 6 cruise. I probably won't have most of the tips and toys and tricks that I've got used to in the car that I've got now, etc, etc. Anyway, Land Rover. I'm going to put a rooftop tent on it. That's the plan. I know which one I want to put on. I know which brand it is. I've been down to see the brand. A friend of mine and we went down. When did we go? Was it August last year? November last year? November-ish. Sometime last year. We went down to Tent Box. We went down to, I want to say Portsmouth or Southampton. Oh, it was one of the two. It was about 2.5 hours from home, so it wasn't too far. Anyway, we went down and we had a look. And I think they're brilliant. So yeah, that is the master plan. But what that does mean what that does mean is that solo nights away, single nights away solo, there we go, that's better, is going to be a much more of an option. And I've got to triple check, but there are some green laning and wild camp spots close to home. So it can be like on a Friday night after work, I'll have everything in the car with me because that's how I'm going to kit the car out. And I can just drive half hour, 45 minutes, and even an hour. Bearing in mind I've got to add probably half an hour onto any journey because it'll be a Land Rover. But I can do that, and I can have just single nights out. Because whilst I've enjoyed having these 4 days away, and I have enjoyed it, I think it's felt quite tense, and I don't feel like it's been as relaxing as it could have been. So, yeah, regularly I'll sit at home and I'll go, I just want to not be here. I just want to go out, go away for the night. It's alright, I'm just watching a child tip one of the buggies that are on the site, and I don't quite understand why. It's now on its side, like it's had some sort of accident, but I've just seen him tip it on purpose, so okay, whatever. Anyway, distracted, sorry. What was it somebody said to me? Or did I see it? No, I saw it on Instagram, must have been Instagram, when I was doom scrolling the other day. ADD, what does ADD stand for? Attention deficit. Oh, donkeys. Yeah, shiny things. Yeah, I've got ADD. So. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. ADHD. Attention deficit. Donkeys, that doesn't make sense, does it? I guess I didn't remember it right. Yeah, I guess I just didn't remember it right. But anyway. Yeah. I've lost my train of thought totally. Well, when the train joins the station again, yeah, it's gone. The wind's annoying me. Anyway. I really hope the sun comes out. I haven't moved for a while. I've been sat reading on my phone, so the battery's virtually gone again. I'll just charge it, it's fine. Watch something. But what I have been watching out the corner of my eye, there's two tents sort of over that direction. That direction. That have normal poles, carbon fibre poles. And I'm watching just how badly they're flexing in the wind, or how much they're flexing in the wind. And it's just made me really pleased that I've got an air tent, because these beams have not moved at all in this wind. It's just gusts. It's just gusty wind, which is just annoying. But yeah, they have not moved. I mean, whether that's just because I've guided them out really well or what, but yeah, those two tents over there that are side on, like mine is, they're facing the same direction, side on. This wind, they are flexing in style. Oof. Now, I've had tall tents. All my big tents have been tall tents. Well, no, that's a stupid comment, isn't it? I've had 3 tall tents. This one, I've got a Coleman something at home, which needs to have some repairs done on it. And I had I want to say a Euro hike. Militz's own, basically, I think, Euro hike thing that had lights in it, which was great. And yeah, the two others are poles, and they just flex. I mean, I snapped one of the Euro hike ones. Yeah, I snapped a pole, split it straight in half. Jesus. So yeah, these air beam ones, although it's going to be a pain in the arse if I have to put it back up in the garden when I get home tomorrow, because I'm going to have to inflate it by hand, because the pump obviously works off of a 12 volt socket normally that you get in a car, and I haven't got a battery bank yet that has a 12 volt socket on it, which is part of the plan over the next year or so, is to get myself an EcoFlow, so that I have a power bank with me, but that will be also part of the Land Rover purchase. Fucking hell. That sounded like something falling over inside my tent. Quick check. Oh, just the lid of me. Just the lid of me cap. Fucking hell, guys. The sun's trying to come out. Nice. Hang on, let me turn you around. You can have a look at it. So this is home. Oh, this is it, as you can see. But yeah, as you can see, the wind is blowing and those poles just aren't flexing at all, which is great. I mean, I've got every single guy line out on it now, which is more than I did have this time yesterday, I will admit. But I have put every guy line out. Ooh, crap, car. Let's not walk into the car. No. Let's not walk into the car. Whoa, shit, falling over my own feet now. But yeah, beastie tent, and I love it. I do love it. It's big. But yeah, like I say, the wind is definitely blowing, but it's a bit gentle now. But yeah, as you can see, all these tent pegs, these little ones, let me zoom in a bit, are supposedly glow in the dark, but I don't think they do very well. There's my fire pit. I'm going to chuck all that out into the corner in a minute. Oops, in a minute. Actually, yeah, I'll do that in a minute so that the fire pit can dry out a little bit. But yeah, this is camp. This is home. But yeah, that barely moving and the wind's gusting. I couldn't be happier, to be honest. I don't like the wind, but it could be a lot worse. And now I'm starting to see some blue sky, which is nice. The sun's up. There's my arm pointing up to the sun. So I actually got half a chance of a reasonable weekend. Oh man, I only washed my car Tuesday. There's some horrible animal shat all over it. So this is my current car. My current car is an i30N, Hyundai i30N, in this gorgeous grey with black bits. But yeah, it needs a proper wash. So yeah, this is going to be, when I get the Land Rover, quite a change. I don't think that tent's meant to be like that. I really don't think that tent's meant to be like that. I wonder if I should go over and have a look. Yeah, I might pop over there and just check, or I might just keep an eye on it over the next couple of hours and hope that the family that are in it come back soon, because yeah, that isn't meant to be like that. Oh dear. So I've just popped over to that tent. I don't think it's meant to be like that, but I don't think there's anything I can do. I'm not prepared to start rooting around in somebody's stuff. But what I could see was that the tent pegs that they'd used. And this is another thing about listening to people who have experience. So I could see from the looks of things that everybody that those guys have used one of these shitty fucking shepherd's hook tent pegs. They're absolutely crap. If you ever buy a tent with them, bin them. Seriously, absolutely bin them. So my glow-in-the-dark ones, they're not even big stakes. They're just normal size. But they're so much thicker. They're no longer, but they're just so much better. They take so much more... they'll take more damage. I'm actually looking at getting some longer ones. Some like 12-inch ones. But for the moment, it's the cost and finding a source of these specific pegs that I want. I suspect it's going to be something like AliExpress or Temu or whatever. But yeah, the sun is at least trying to come out, which is making me feel considerably better. I don't know why I'm spinning around. There you have a look, there's some blue skies behind me. Yay! Which is making me feel a bit better. But yeah, I am mildly concerned by that tent. But there's not much I can do, unfortunately. This is why I do sort of half think that when you're camping on a place like this, one of your guy ropes or somewhere on your tent should be your telephone number, so that if something does happen, you can be contacted. I can't actually see that tent from where I'm sitting here. That glass panel there, just with the tree, just obscures it. But so I'll periodically, after a really strong gust, jump up and just check that it's actually still there. But yeah, it's not ideal for them. Hopefully it won't come back to too much damage, or hopefully they won't come back to too much damage. But yeah, I might do a quick guy line check of mine just to make sure that all the guys are holding. I must confess I'm tempted to change out the guy lines in this. They're supposedly reflective, or I think they're meant to be reflective, but I can't see any reflective strips in them. And oh, pardon me. They do stretch a little bit when they're wet, so I was looking at getting something else, which actually they carabiner on, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't really looked into it any more than the thought process of maybe I should do something about these guy lines. I say I bought the glow-in-the-dark pegs because I didn't want to fall over them late at night, and I just couldn't fucking see them. So that's why I haven't bothered putting them out on the fronts. I stuck to my orange ones. I've got some glow-in-the-dark. I got some bits for this tent, knowing that, because I wanted to change how all the peg points are at the bottom, because I didn't like it. I'm gonna, because I've got them, but I won't do it this time, unfortunately now. Because when I was putting this up, it looked like it was about to chuck it down with rain, so I wanted to get it up nice and quickly. Anyway, I've got some heavy duty split rings that I'm going to put on, because I think that will just hold things slightly better than they're being held now. But we shall see. And I got some glow-in-the-dark O-rings to go over the tent pegs, but I haven't really tested to see if they actually do glow in the dark or not. But yeah, right, I'm going to carry on reading what I'm reading. I'm actually, and I'm not ashamed to say this, I've got no issue with this, I'm actually reading a Harry Potter fan fiction. Love Harry Potter. It was such a big thing as I was growing up, and yeah, big part of my life actually. I remember queuing to pick up, must have been the 5th book, and I was down Weston-super-Mare at my godmother's. Would have been 5th or 6th book, and then queuing again to get the 7th, and reading the 7th whilst I was at a folk festival, and desperately trying to not give away any points and not give away any spoilers for people that hadn't seen it yet. Oh, don't be lawn mowing. Sorry, the owner's up and mowing a pitch. They're obviously expecting someone to come in today. But yeah, I'll catch him in a minute actually, because I want to get some more fire kindling and some more fire lighters, because I'm going to sail out into the pit and I'll have a fire tonight, and I'll get rid of as many of the logs in the open bag as I've got. I also want to find out whether they accept rooftop tents here, because if they don't accept rooftop tents, then I also want to see whether they accept rooftop tents, because if they don't, then I'll have to either come up with another place to go rooftop tenting, or I'll always have to bring this. Actually, to be honest, if I had the rooftop tent, if I have the Land Rover sorted out and the rooftop tent and all that, I won't need one this big, because I'll have the awning and all that can come out. I'll just not sleep in the rooftop tent. But yeah, that's the thought process. But I need to speak to them to find out whether they will or won't accept it. So I might, once he's finished mowing, if he looks like he's coming this way, I'll head over. But yeah, quite breezy. Sun is trying to come out, which is nice. There's still grey clouds, but I think that's just May for us. Yeah, such a shame. Next week looks quite nice, but hey ho. Look at what is behind me, guys. Blue skies. I've been a good neighbour. I went over to that tent that didn't look good, and as I was walking over, it just became a sale. So I've just taken it out of the tree for them, and clipped it back down. But I don't think what I've done. I've managed to find some extra pegs of theirs that were just laying on the table. I don't think what I've done is going to be enough. I think they're going to find that there's been damage and bits and pieces. So I'm going to keep a better eye on that this afternoon, and hope that the wind basically fucks off. But yeah, it's been a bit of an unfortunate morning for them. For me, it's been, this is why I camp. Beautiful weather. Well, I say beautiful weather. Nice sunny skies. I don't feel cold, which I have done for the last couple of days. So yeah, I've got a few bits of tidying up to do in my tent, if my master plan of packing up basically everything bar my bedroom and the fridge is done for once I've got the fire going this evening. I'm going to move the fire actually, so that I've got a slightly more sensible route for the car. But I've got some more kindling and some more fire lighters from the owner of the campsite. Also managed to find out that they don't have an issue with rooftop tents, which is brilliant, because that means I can come up here when the master plan happens and have a rooftop tent. So the plan probably would be that I'd park the Land Rover where my tent is currently. Where my tent is currently would move over by a couple of meters. So let's go back and have a look at this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So yeah, park the Land Rover rear end in where the tent is, possibly a little bit further over. Not that I've got a lot further over to go. Put this tent more over that way, or even where my car is currently, because it must fit. So that we have like a little area there, and then hopefully what would happen is my cousin and his wife and their two kids would either have this pitch here, which would be nice, and then we can have like a nice little corner area for all of us. That'd be lovely. But we just have to see what happens. It's just a thought process, and that probably won't happen until 2026, because I say thought process, and I've got no idea when I'm getting the Land Rover next year. It's probably going to be as late as August next year, so because that's when that behemoth goes. But yes, thought processes. It's amazing the thoughts you have when you're sat doing nothing.
Which this is 1996.
Fire. Hang on, let me pause that. So the fire is burning, which is good. Can I zoom in at all? Oh, I can zoom in. Ooh. So yeah, fire is burning. But as the wind's swirling, it does tend to like chuck the flames at random directions, including at me. So, yeah, probably shouldn't have had it quite as much on the kilter as I have got it. But I'm not touching it now, because the last thing I want to do is have it fall off and set fire to me or somebody or something else. So yeah. Hey guys, just found half my tent's not actually gone up. Oh man. Hang on, there we go. Alright, so, I have been kind of sensible, and I have packed down a lot of camp, especially things like the cooking area, because I'm not going to have breakfast in the morning. Hang on, how dark is it in here? Ooh, quite dark. I've also packed down, that hasn't really helped, has it? Oh, you can see me, just about anyway. Yeah, okay, I need to get the light for this, don't I? Yeah, I've packed down the kitchen, I've packed down the cooking stuff, because I'm not going to have lunch tomorrow. I've packed down my big chair, the table that was outside. So yeah, in an attempt to be able to get a nice early start tomorrow morning, hopefully the tent will be dry, so I can get that down as soon as I can get it emptied, which, having packed a load of the stuff away now, means that getting it empty is going to be fairly simple. So yeah, I was watching Return of the King when I started dinner. I didn't bother filming dinner tonight because it was literally just cheese and meat. I did myself a little mini, I wonder. No, okay. I did myself a little mini, like, charcuterie board. Cheese, meat, olives. Because I didn't want to have a load of washing up to do tomorrow morning. I want to be able to get gone, basically, tomorrow morning. Obviously I haven't taken any of my bed stuff down, I haven't packed my clothes away and all that, because obviously I need to do the bits in the morning for that, and obviously I need to sleep. There's a bit of me that's half tempted to put the actual bed down and just sleep on a mere mattress, but there's another bit of me that thinks I'd quite like to have a nice night's sleep, which, with the way the wind is blowing, that's still debatable. I don't know when the wind is meant to stop. Hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later. So yeah, I had a very, very lazy afternoon. Sat, read, and yeah, basically ruminated. Ruminated? Is that the right word? Sort of thought. And yeah, I wish this had been a bit more of you being able to see me camp. But it just wasn't to be. I just didn't feel up to it. And I don't mind talking at the camera at the moment, so it just means you've barely seen anything, which I suppose when you're in a campsite rather than a wild camp is probably a better thing, because obviously I have to be very careful about privacy, and there's kids on site, so I have to be very, very careful. But yeah, I don't think I've got much else to really say. I'm going to put Lord of the Rings back on. It's not cold tonight. I had a lovely fire. Managed to get that going beautifully. Was a bit concerned about my guy ropes at one point. But yeah, also had a lovely chat with the grandmother of the family of the tent that I rescued. Yeah, I actually had to go and rescue it in the end. Don't know if I've mentioned that, but yeah. I actually did a good deed, and I dug it out of the tree, and I repegged it down and all that sort of stuff. So I had a lovely chat with her as well for about 10 minutes. Just chatting stuff. Bemoaning about the fate of people my age and younger. generational stuff. So, but yeah, right. Well, I say I'm going to snuggle down. I'm not going to put PJs on or anything like that. It's only like half past 8. Yeah, 8:30. Must be 8:30 because it's not 9:30. So, but yeah, I've got to do my medication tonight as well. I've got to change my site. Bearing in mind I've barely eaten, that means I've barely got through any insulin as well. So that's a bit of a waste of a pod. But shit happens sometimes. So yeah, I'm going to do that in a second. Assuming, of course, I haven't packed it all away. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Pretty sure it's just literally just behind me. And yeah, I'll come back to you at bedtime. Yeah, bedtime. Speak to you later. Do you ever worry about your own brain? So it's, I don't know, 9ish, 8 something or other. And as you can see, I've got my tent box blanket, currently in its half zip formation, or proper formation. And for some unknown freaking reason, I am lying on the floor. I have a perfectly good bed beside me, all made and nice so I can have a comfy last night. And no, I am laying on the floor of my tent, praying that the sounds I can hear are not rain, and rather than lying snuggled up on my bed. It's worrying really, isn't it? I can't charge my lamp because I can't find the light. Oh, that's something all about, isn't it? I can't find the charger for it. It's somewhere buried deep in my backpack. So that's my second one, and I'm just going to have to hope that lasts this evening. Not that it needs to be on for too much longer, because quite frankly, it's 9 o'clock. I'll be in bed in the next hour and a half. So, but yeah. So I had sort of planned to tidy up bits that I don't need in the bedroom, but to be honest, I could put the chair down, I could put my bedside table down, which, yeah, probably would make things easier in the long run. But to be honest, with the fact that I've got so much packed down already, from the main part of the tent, that's like 10-minute job to load the car with what I've already got, which leaves me with so much extra time. I mean, I'm going to be awake from like, I don't know what, probably 5:30, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I can lay in bed until 8 comfortably. I think that's the plan, lay in bed until 8 comfortably, and then start taking things down. So yeah, I might do the table and the chair before I go to sleep tonight. I'm not going to do the bed. I am actually going to sleep on the bed and not just sleep on the air mat and the I want to call them like stable pads. They're like these foam rubber pad things. I mean, you can't really see them. Like these foam rubber pad things that you can put down in the stable. I've got 4 of them under the bed. To try and disperse weight, and obviously a little bit more heat for when it's cold. But yeah, maybe I will take the chair and the table down. It would just make things a bit quicker, wouldn't it, in the morning? Then, because I've already packed away all my dirties, they're in the dirty compartment in my bag. I just need to get cleans out for tomorrow morning. Leave them laid on the floor of the tent. Yeah, maybe I will put the table stuff down. I mean, yeah. I haven't done my pod yet either, my medication. Probably should do that before the light does give out completely, because it is really trying right now. I've got another lamp somewhere, another lantern, mini lantern, the Flex Tail. The airbed pumping lights, I've got that somewhere, so I could always use that. Hook that up. That gives off a really good light, actually. So I'll be able to see what I'm doing. But I've done it so many times now. When you have to change a pod every 3 days, you get used to changing it in strange and weird lights, strange and weird places too. But yeah, it's not going to be too much of an issue if it's a bit dark. I can always use a torch on my phone. I still don't know why I'm lying on the floor. I think it's because I was down here because I was making the bed. And then I got cold, so I climbed in my tent box, in my blanket. And now I'm a little bit comfortable. Might stay here for a bit. Yeah. Stay here for a bit. Evening, guys. So it's the last bedtime vid. I had to go and get my other pump in the end because light in the end because the other lantern thing was crap and was basically out, and I sort of hadn't really realised it getting dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, so I've got to have a look at the batteries that are in it and swap them out with the other batteries because I think the other batteries are considerably better and much more long lasting. So I did pick up my other little lantern dangly thing. It dangles or whatever. It's also the inflator, and this is the Flextail Gear Tiny Pump X. So I don't know which version that is, or which one that is, but it's the X, and it's brilliant. It's say 3 fucking wind. It's got 3 levels of brightness, and obviously it blows up bed if I needed to, or my pillow or whatever. I doubt it would do the 10. I'd be tempted to try, but I doubt it would do the 10. I think I'll keep the stand-up paddleboard pump that I've got for the tent to keep doing the tent. Why? The bloody thread. Well, I keep catching, so I might have to quickly go and burn that off before I go to bed properly. Although I'm snuggled up and warm in them. I'll be alright. I just have to find it tomorrow. Get it sorted when I get home. Just burn the thread off. So yeah, the wind has not dropped like it was supposed to. So that makes me think that tonight could be another bad night. But I twigged part of the billowing in the bedroom is because, of course, it's one big room, rather than having the strength of the zip. Keeping it separate. So yeah, twigged that this morning, and I was like, I can't be faffed to do it for one night. So I've left it as it is. But I've really enjoyed it, having the bedroom like this, and having the space. So I'll have to maybe look at some adjustments or something. I don't know what I could do to make things better. But yeah, so I'm gonna sign off for the night. I'll bring you back in the morning, possibly once everything's done and dusted and I'm in the car ready to head home. I'm not sure when I'll bring you back yet. But yeah, last night, and yeah, I haven't got much else to say other than that. Thank you for coming with me, keeping me company. It would have been very lonely if I hadn't done this, to be honest. So I've really enjoyed doing this, and I hope you enjoy the footage that we've got. And I'm just sorry it's not what I'd planned it to be. It really isn't. I'm going to have to get used to filming a bit more with the GoPro. I've just looked at something new that GoPro have dropped to help with handheld filming. So I'm going to have a look into that. but I still don't know the best way of doing things, and this is still a learning process. Oh, for God's sakes, I'll find out more as well when I'm in Cape Verde in September, and I'll find out more when I do some mini camps. Probably won't be this year, but I would suspect I'm going to try and get a couple of single night camps in a much smaller tent sometime next year. My small tent, my Vango Banshee is too small, so I'm going to look at a small tunnel, 1 or 2 man tunnel tent that's just got a bit of something bit of an awning at the front or something. I know Berghaus do some. And we'll see what we can find in some sales at the end of this year, just so that I've got something a little bit bigger than my 2 man that's actually a 1 man, or a 1 person and maybe a dog, small dog. But yeah, I don't want to spend too much because I've got to buy a rooftop tent once I've bought the Land Rover. So yeah, and the cost of that. Anyway, I am going to find where I've hidden my iPad, continue watching. I think I restarted watching Two Towers actually. So continue watching that. I'll probably fall asleep watching that, to be brutally honest. And yeah, so hopefully I'll have a good night in the sleeping bag. I'm not a big fan of actually sleeping in sleeping bags. I normally open them up, make them a blanket. This is part of the reason why I'm really interested in getting one of these MBV or Big Agnes beds. These all-in-one things where you've actually got like a built-in head bit that's not attached to the... Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look and see which one. But yeah, anyway. Good night, guys. I will catch up with you in the morning. Morning, campers. Sorry. As you can see, I'm sat in the car. I'm probably about 45 minutes away from leaving. I've just deflated the tent and I'm just letting it de-air itself as naturally as I can for the moment. I'll give it probably 5-10 minutes. Mainly because I'm also fucking lazy and it's hot. Pardon me. Sorry. So it's currently 9:20 in the morning. I packed up so much stuff last night, which I must confess just made everything so much simpler this morning. I've just been over to see the campsite owners and they're like, oh no rush, you don't have to worry about being out by 11 o'clock. It's like, great. But to be honest, I want to miss that holiday traffic. And when I checked my sat nav about 45 minutes ago, it was saying 2 hours to home, which is great. So I'm expecting 3.5, to be honest, by the time I've left here. Well, I'm hoping for 2, but I'm expecting 3 and a bit. So yeah, but the campsite's emptying. Well, you can see where everybody's packing up, getting ready to go. Obviously kids are still out playing and all that sort of stuff, which is not an issue. Kids are free to do what they want. Got away with it. So, but yeah, parents are busy trying to corral them whilst also taking tents down and stuff like that. So I'm quite amused this morning. I'm so glad I don't have kids of my own. I love my nieces and nephews so much. They're wonderful kids, all 4 of them. But yeah, Also, rather glad I don't have any of my own, because if I had some of my own, I couldn't do this. The people that do this are amazing, absolutely amazing to do this with the kids, but I couldn't. So yeah, well, the tent is mostly down. I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes just to let it do what it needs to do. Luckily, it hasn't rained, and if it starts raining, I just bundle the whole lot straight up into the boot of the car. But yeah, it hasn't started raining, which is nice, so hopefully packing that up won't be an issue. The ground sheet I know is going to be wet, so I'm going to leave that out of the tent bag. I'm going to bag it up into its normal bag, and then it and the blanket that I put down on the first day and took up on the second day when I realised what mistake I'd made, they'll go out on the washing line tomorrow morning to be dried. So yeah, it's really got to try and start looking at the actual camera. I'm looking off to one side. I am talking to you guys, I promise. It's just really weird. I keep looking at the dot, the go, start, stop button, so I don't know why I'm doing that. Sorry. And yeah, I'm sorry about that for the whole entire thing, but I promise I am actually talking to you guys and talking to the camera. It's just because I'm using my phone, I'm a bit stupid about it. Right, I'm going to carry on doing what I need to get done, because I say if I can get out of here by 10 o'clock, then I can hopefully be home by 1:30. And I'm starting to get a bit hungry, and I haven't got any food for breakfast, unless I eat the crisps that I've stuck in here, which I might do on my journey home. But anyway, yeah. Someone's playing music. Never mind. Right, anyway guys, yeah, 10. Let's go get this folded up. Right, this is it guys. I am done for the day. Everything's down. I've done a quick check of the site. I've not left anything behind. The tent is wet underneath, so I'm gonna have to try and find somewhere to get that put up, or at least laid out. But to be honest, the ground's so wet everywhere, I don't think I'm gonna get a chance until it actually gets sunny sometime. So yeah, it's unfortunate. It is what it is. But yeah, SatNav is saying, I don't know, 2 hours to home, 103 miles, which is what in kilometres? I haven't got a clue, sorry. 103 miles, I think it's reckoning about 2.5 hours home. So I've got water, I've got Coke, I've got crisps, so I'm all set up. I really should get myself some travelling sweets. Should have got myself some sweets. But never mind. But yeah, SatNav is saying home by 11:55, so we'll see how accurate that is. But this is pretty much me signing off. Thank you for coming with me. Thank you to those who have liked, subscribed, followed, whatever, liked, subscribed. Yeah, liked and subscribed. Please, please keep following for more. Over the next couple of months, there's going to be more gaming videos. But then hopefully in the future we will get around to having some more camp videos, but we'll see what happens. There's a campsite about 10 minutes down the road from me, and I know I've got some weekends off in July, so I might just see whether I can just pop down for a solo night with one of the smaller tents. But we'll see what happens. I've just been over and spoken to one of the campers here that had a really nice small tent, so I'm going to see whether I can find one of those secondhand, because that looked amazing, and I've looked for the smaller tents from this brand. It's another Berghaus. So, but anyway, yeah, I am going to make a move. Thank you for coming with me, guys. Thank you for all those who like, subscribe, etc. And hopefully I'll see you next time. If I get home in time tonight, I might even do a bit of a game video, so you can know that I got home okay. Let's put it that way. All right then, guys. Thank you very much for everything, and I'll speak to you soon. I'm home. I've just parked up. Nothing moved too much, which is great. No squeaks, no bangs, and flipping heck, it's hot. It's typical, isn't it? The best day that I'm away on my holidays, and it's the day I leave. Never mind. I got slowed down by a group of military trucks. All, I'm guessing all reenactors, from what they were wearing on the insides. But yeah, so I'll try and find that footage on the dash cam, so that I can put that in, because they were just great. I loved them. I thought they were brilliant. So yeah, alright, so let's have a quick look at what this beastie has done miles per gallon on this journey. Alright, what do we got? 36.5 miles per gallon, 2 hours 24 minutes. It didn't actually take 2 hours and 24 minutes, it just thinks it did, because I started the car before I even left the campsite, because, oh, I need some air. I had the fridge plugged in and I wanted to make sure that it was keeping everything cold. So yeah, I'm home. This is me definitely signing off for Camping 2024. Yeah, it's 24, yeah. Camping 2024. Thank you for coming with me. Thank you for all the likes, the thumbs up, the subscribes, whatever it is that you've done to support me. So thank you very much for that. And I will definitely catch up with you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.
A savage daughter, I will not cut my hair, I will not lower my voice.